morning, world. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Kwara and beautiful city of Ilorin. And welcome to today's episode of Newspaper Review on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment off Old Jeba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And today is the 28th of March 2025 and Ramadan 28th as well. Can't believe Ramadan is just going by like that. Just 2 days to go or 1 day. But the Namichudia is saying it's still 2 days. So we are crossing our fingers whichever day it is. So I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. Come with me on this beautiful morning today. And the newspaper we have this morning are the Punch newspaper, the Leadership newspaper, the Daily Post, Daily Trust newspaper, and our online Royal newspaper. So stay with us as we take you through the dailies of Nigeria. So the first newspaper we are having this morning is the Punch newspaper. Islamic clerics warn security operatives, media against celebrating criminals. A renowned Islamic cleric, Professor Sani Rizieq-Lemu, has urged the media to stop promoting acts of criminality and other immoral activities in their respective organizations. The scholar, who gave the caution on Monday at the ongoing annual 2025 Ramadan Tafsir in Gwallaga Mosque, Bauchi, observed that giving criminals publicity is akin to glorifying them. He stated that such acts are capable of influencing other criminals who are used to committing lesser crimes and who may as such graduate to committing much higher crimes. Rizieq-Lemu explained that in a situation whereby media organizations or security operatives cajole arrested criminals into giving a gory details of their modus operandi, which carrying out their nefarious crime like murder, kidnapping, robbery, rape, sodomy, and other immoral acts amounts to publicizing such crimes and making it attractive to other dubious people in the society. The Islamic scholar added that soon other criminals will begin to perceive such as a mentees to copy and learn from them. He also reminded that Allah frowns at any acts that glorifies crime and other immoral acts through publicity within society. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, 60-year-old age limit. PDP orders knocks reps, says bill against presidents, governors misplaced. The People's Democratic Party, the coalition of united political parties and the Social Democratic Party, have condemned the House of Representatives' move to impose age limits for the offices of the president and governor in the country. Through a bill that passed second reading on Thursday, the House aimed to prevent individuals over 60 from running for president and governor in Nigeria. If the bill scales legislative scrutiny and is signed into law, President Bola Tinubu, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and the 2023 presidential candidates of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, will miss out on the 2027 presidential contest as they are all above 60 years. The PDP criticized the move as a misplaced priority, accusing the lawmakers of focusing on trivial issues while neglecting more important ones. It holds the Nigerians' main governance challenges lie in corruption, incompetence, and lack of patriotism rather than age. On the other hand, the SDP acknowledged that age does play a role in governance to some extent. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Tinubu marks 73rd birthday today, seeks spiritual guidance for Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu will on Friday join fellow Muslims at the National Mosque in Abuja for a special prayer session for the nation to mark his 73rd birthday, which is on Saturday. He will also use this occasion to thank God for preserving and supporting him in the wondrous task of piloting the nation's affairs. Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, revealed in a statement he signed on Thursday. The statement was titled President Tinubu to mark 73rd birthday with special prayer at the Abuja National Mosque. President Tinubu's birthday coincides with the holy month of Ramadan and comes 2 months before his administration's second anniversary. Onanuga said, on this significant day, the president would dedicate himself to spiritual reflection and supplication for Nigeria's continued peace, progress, and prosperity. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Kwara LGs have gone past routine salary payments, says Commissioner. The Kwara State Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Community Development, Honorable Abubakar Bata, has said that local government councils in the state have gone beyond the mere routine payments of salaries in the state. Bata, who inspected projects in 5 local government areas in the South Senatorial Zone of the state, said that he was impressed by the projects executed by the councils, which are based on the needs for their residents. The commissioner, in a statement by Oba Aziz, the press secretary in the ministry, stated, I have visited 5 local government councils so far, but I must be sincere that the performance of the councils can only be attributed to the leadership acumen of Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, who has ensured that local governments in the state have moved past only the payments of salaries but are being strengthened to deliver the dividends of democracy to citizens. The councils visited include those at Okerok, Ekiti, Irekodun, and Isin. He thanked the council chairman and their team for being good ambassadors of their constituents by ensuring constant touch and, more importantly, by ensuring their immediate needs are attended to promptly. And on the leadership newspaper this morning, police arrest man for alleged killing of own mother, sister in Ekiti. Operatives of Ekiti State Police Command have apprehended one Victor Lojal for allegedly killing his mother and sister at Aba Ile camp in Itaji, Ekiti, Oyo local government area of the state. The suspect reportedly murdered his mother, Mrs. Victoria Lojal, and his elder sister Brenda Lojal with a machete while they were on the farm on March 25, 2025 at about 7:10 a.m. Police Public Relations Officer in the state, SP Sunday Abutu, said one of the children of the deceased who witnessed the killings narrated the incident to the police. Abutu said the suspect's brother stated that while working with him on the farm, Victor suddenly left him and went to meet their mother and sister at the distant location where they were also working. According to him, shortly after the suspects left, he heard his mother scream for help, but before he could get closer, the suspect has committed the dastardly acts and took to his heels with the cutlass he used. The brother said he met his mother and sister in the pool of their blood after his brother had fled the scene. Abutu said the Commissioner of Police in the state, CP Joseph Eribu, has ordered a thorough investigation into the incident while commiserating with the friends and family of the deceased. He added that the suspect will be charged to court immediately after the completion of the investigation. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, Kano government suspends March sanitation exercise for Salah celebration. The Kano state government has suspended the end of month environmental sanitation exercise for the month of March for the Salah celebration. Commissioner for Environment and Climate Change in the state, Dr. Dahir Ashim, who made this known, stated that the decision was to enable residents to concentrate on preparation for the festivities, marking the end of the holy month of Ramadan. Hashim explained that the suspension will also facilitate the influx of visitors who came to Kano from other states for the Salah celebrations. According to him, the move reflects the government's commitment to balancing its administrative responsibilities with the cultural and religious needs of the people. The decision was made to allow residents to focus on Salah celebration. It is also to accommodate the influx of visitors who came to Kano during this festive period. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, Tinubu urged to ignore calls for states of emergency in Zamfara. The patrons of the advancements of peace and social development said it was alarmed by the unpatriotic call to President Bola Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in Zamfara state by some self-centered politicians with a view to creating a political upheaval and destabilize the state just recovering from years of armed bandit siege. The executive director of the group, Alhaji Dr. Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, said yesterday in Abuja that it was outrageous that some failed politicians in the state would sponsor youths and others to clamor for a state of emergency in Zamfara state, now that the security and peace have been significantly improved, paving way for economic activities and massive infrastructural developments that eluded the people for over 13 years of unprecedented armed banditry long before Governor Dauda Lawal assumed office in 2023. He commended President Tinubu and the military for sustained onslaughts against armed bandits and other criminal elements in the Zamfara state in particular and Northwest geopolitical zone in general, saying this is a tandem with the provision of Section 14(2)(b) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which said that the security and welfare of the people shall be primary purpose of the government. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, go to your parents, not boyfriend, NYLC tells female corps members. Bauchi State Coordinator of the National Youth Service Corps, Mrs. Rifkatu Yakubu, has asked the 2024 Batch A Stream 2 female corps members to go home to their parents and not to their boyfriends' houses after passing out. The state coordinator made the call in Bauchi yesterday during the distribution of National Service Certificates to the corps members. Please, ladies, your boyfriends are not your parents, and don't say that after collecting your certificate you are going to your boyfriends' houses. Go back home to your parents and celebrate with them as you have just passed out from the national service. I also want to advise you all that even if you have not learned anything from the Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, it is not too late to learn. Instead of you going home and sitting idle, get something to do in order to assist your parents, and with this last allowance, please do well and start learning a trade, she advised. Yakubu further implored them not to indulge in yahoo, kidnapping or ritual killings because they wanted to make money. She said these were not part of what the NYC had trained them on, saying, "You have come and you have served for you to be responsible children in the society. Please represent your family well. Be a good ambassador of Nigeria, your institutions of graduation, and the NYSC." Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, apologized to Nigerians for misconduct, CSO tells Natasha. The Campaign for Democracy has said the actions taken by the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, since the avoidable crisis began a few weeks ago, have put Nigerians' image on the trial before the global community. The former civil society organization expressed concerns that rather than addressing the core issues surrounding a suspension within the framework of Nigeria's democratic institutions, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan chose to engage in a campaign of calumny against the Senate as an institution. According to the group's president, Ifeanyi Odili, Akpoti-Uduaghan's activities within the of which must apologize. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, Kano government suspend March sanitation exercise for Salah. The Kano state government has suspended the end-of-month environmental sanitation exercise for the month of March for Salah celebration. And on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Ajimobi's daughter's death shocking, says Makinde. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has described the death of Abisola Ajimobi Kola Daisy, the first daughter of Governor Abiola Ajimobi, as shocking. Makinde spoke through his chief press secretary, Dr. Suleiman Olanrewaju. Newsmen gathered that Abisola died at the age of 42. She died in the early hours of Thursday. Makinde expressed condolence to Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, wife of the immediate past governor of the state. The governor says that Abisola's death was a sad and shocking development. Makinde also commiserates with the Bashorun Kola Daisy's family, as well as the husband of the deceased, Idris Kola Daisy. He prayed to God to grant them the fortitude to bear the loss and to avert such sad occurrences in both families. Police are sure of security amid tension over parallel Salah Durbar. Amid rising concerns over a planned parallel Salah Durbar celebration in Kano, the State Commissioner of Police CP Ibrahim-Arowona has assured residents of heightened security measures to prevent any breakdown of law and order. During a meeting with the Kano State Coalition of Non-Governmental Organizations and the Police Community Relations Committee, CP Bakori acknowledged the potential for clashes due to the parallel celebration. He emphasized that the police, in collaboration with other security agencies, are actively strategizing to ensure a peaceful and incident-free festivity. We are aware of the situation and we are taking all necessary steps to prevent any violence, Bakori stated. The command is working closely with security agencies to maintain law and order. We urge residents to remain calm and prioritize peace. And on Daily Trust newspaper this morning, Lagos funds Article 9's link with Sanwo-Olu as EFCC probes Achimugwu. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has dismissed claims that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu contributed funds to his campaign during the last presidential election. In a statement issued by his spokesperson, Paul Ube, entitled Halt This Tinubu's Voyage of Misadventure and Campaign of Calumny Against Atiku Abubakar, the Atiku Media Office refuted reports suggesting that Sanwo-Olu, through Ms. Aisha Achimugwu, provided the former VP with money allegedly belonging to Lagos State. The report in a section of the media that the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, through Ms. Aisha Achimugwu, made available to Atiku Abubakar, Vice President of Nigeria, 1999 to 2007, money reportedly belonging to Lagos State is not true. The statement reads, according to Atiku Media Office, information available to them indicate that the Economic and Financial Crimes EFCC is already investigating the matter. Still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, why murdered Catholic priest was kidnapped, says suspects. A chief suspect in the kidnapping and killing of Reverend Father Sylvester Okechukwu has provided reasons for his action. In an exclusive interview, the suspect, who said he needed 200,000 naira to solve a personal problem, spoke to NAN at the headquarters of the Operation Safe Haven, where he is currently being held on Thursday in Jos. The chief suspect is helping detectives to unravel the cause of the incidents and how to arrest other suspects now on the run. Okechukwu, a priest of a Catholic diocese of Kafanchan, Kaduna State, was abducted on March 4th at about 4:15 p.m. at his residence in Tashira, Kaura local government area of the state. He was later found dead on March 5th. The prime suspect, who said he invited other criminals from elsewhere to accomplish the assignment, denied asking his colleague to kill the priest. Father Okechukwu is living in our house at Tashira and I masterminded his kidnap because I needed 200,000 naira to solve a personal problem. I invited some colleagues from other places to assist me to accomplish the mission, but I didn't ask them to kill him. I didn't know why they killed him. I was not with them because I later left them with the priest, he said. Another suspect's name withheld, who is also being held at OPSH, said the chief suspect had called him to assist him to actualize the crime. At first, I refused to be part of the deal, but the chief suspect insisted. The chief suspect and I grew up in the same community, so on the said days, I left my place in Warsa PC in Lere local government and participated in the kidnap of the priest. Still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, Oyo residents free to patronize Sharia panel, says Makinde. Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde has said residents of the state who view Sharia panel as an alternative dispute mechanism are free to patronize the system. He, however, insisted that the government will stand by the constitution on the application of Sharia law in some states of the southwest, including Oyo. Newsmen gathered that there had been controversy over the establishment of Sharia panels in Oyo State and other parts of the region. The issue over the Sharia panel in the southwest started with the proposal by the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria in Oyo State to establish a Sharia panel in the town to abdicate and sit on the matters relating to Muslims. This, however, triggered controversy, raising fears in the state over the alleged true intention of the proponents of Sharia panels. Makinde, while responding to reports of his planned litigation over the Sharia panel, noted that his administration will not oppose anything that is in line with the constitution. He declared that members of the public can approach the Sharia panel if they feel like doing so. The governor was speaking at the 2025 Iftar program held at the frontage of the Presidential Lodge, Government House, Agodi, Ibadan. And on the online Royal newspaper this morning, KWGIS pledges support to Public Complaints Commission. The executive chairman of the Kwara State Geographic Information Services, Abdulkarim Babatunde Suleiman, has pledged the support of his agency to the Public Complaints Commission to further strengthen their presence in the state. The chairman stated this during a courtesy visit by the commission to his office today, describing the visit as timely and assured the commission of his readiness to give full support and maximum cooperation needed in achieving set objectives. He added that a robust relationship and synergy has existed between the two agencies since the inception of the commission in Kwara, saying the request to give the necessary support in the rebuilding of the commission's office will be worked on, but urged them to submit the plan for the proposed office design for necessary action and approval. Still on the online Royal newspaper, Kwara government sanitizes transportation system through technology. The Kwara state government had been commended for the giant strides made towards sanitizing the state's transportation system using advanced technology. The Kwara State Commissioner for Transportation, Honorable Latifah Korasabi received recommendation while hosting the General Manager of Kwara State Automated Vehicle Inspection Services, Dr. Shegun Ogunaike, and his team in his office today. Honorable Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona welcomed the KWAVIS team and thanked them for the visit while expressing satisfaction at the performance of the center for contributing to the development of Kwara State transportation system, especially in the aspects of vehicle maintenance. And lastly, on this morning newspaper review, we have KWSG partners Nigerian Army to empower Kwara youths. In a groundbreaking initiative aimed at tackling youth unemployment and fostering national development, the Kwara State government has announced a strategic partnership with the Nigerian Army to empower voluntary youth organizations through training, job creation, and skill development programs. The State Commissioner for Youth Development, Ambassador Danusa Usman Shehu, made the submission during the courtesy visit to the Nigerian Army 22 Armored Brigade, Sobi Barak, in Ilorin. The Commissioner emphasized that the collaboration will provide young people with opportunities to acquire skills in security, technology, agriculture, and leadership. He expressed appreciation to Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak for providing an enabling environment that supports youth development in the state, stressing the governor's commitment to policies and initiatives aimed at empowering young people. And that brings us to the end of today's newspaper review. If you want to read that, any of the news and more, you can pick any of the dailies and go through them. Thank you for listening. You can continue to listen to all of our program, our tafsir today on Emirate Radio. So thank you for listening. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. Have a great day.